Welcome, everyone. My name is Professor Albert Nygren. I'm the Executive Director and the Curator of the New Jersey Film Festival. And I've been running this festival for 44 years, so we'll be back in the fall with this amazing lineup of films and a musical concert, an AV concert, at the end of the program. And if you stick around, I'll give you more information about all of this stuff at the end of the interview that we have lined up for you today. But the festival will be taking place between September 5th and October 10th. It's a hybrid festival, which means that many of the programs will be in person, but all of them will be online. COVID did that to us, and we're still trying to recuperate our in-person audience post-COVID. So a lot of people buy their ticket, and they have access to the film screenings for the entire day of the film screening. And then there's an in-person one in the evening, and the ticket is good for both. But today, we have members of Cold Weather Company here, and Steve Shimchick,
Yep.
I got it right, Steve Shimchick and Brian Curry. They're two of the members of a three-piece band that's New Brunswick-based, and I'm a huge fan. I've been following your career, I think, for 10 years, even though you've been around for 15. And so it's really an honor to have you guys kind of closing our festival on October 10th. So
Thank
welcome.
you for having us. Yeah, it's an honor to be part of the festival.
So I know there's also a Rutgers connection with you guys. Can you tell us a little bit about how you met and where you met and all that kind of stuff?
We met by Passion Puddle.
Oh my God.
We normally say that it's like a Forrest Gump story. I was walking to class. It was my senior year. I think it was Jeff's freshman year because I'm the old one. And he was practicing guitar on a bench, and I happened to be walking by, and my guitar that I was carrying to practice with between classes was the same brand as his, and we had the same brand of shoes on, and we had shirts for bands that each other liked, and so it was this weird crossover moment, and we jammed for a little bit and exchanged numbers, and lo and behold, a year and a half later, we were starting to write Horizon Fire, and we were like, we need more than just two guitars, and we were like, we need to find someone, and then we found Steve through we had known Steve through different open mics around campus, and it worked beautifully, and we kind of coaxed Steve to be in the band too. Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wrote down that you guys can, I think it was on your website, an alternative folk band. Can you tell us about the music that you guys play?
Yeah. Well, like Brian mentioned, he and Jeff both play acoustic guitar, and I play piano. And because we came from different singer-songwriter backgrounds, we try to combine all these different elements of folk and my classical piano training and indie and jam band and all that. And so we knew it was more than just traditional folk, and so we added the alternative aspect to it to kind of capture everything. In our music, we have a mix of cinematic and soundscape, and your jam band 6-minute song and some more traditional folk ones. It's kind of a little bit of everything.
I mean, the vocal arrangements are also pretty amazing. I mean,
thank you.
I came in on Somewhere New, which was 10 years ago, and I played Horizon Fire, and my wife said, "What is that? It's really wonderful." I said, "It's New Brunswick band, they're Rutgers guys," and so that's how I came to know your music.
Yeah.
And then there is a connection between Brian and the film festival because he was DP on a movie that we screened a couple of years ago called Soldier Island by Charlie Santagato. So this whole program that we set up was about to try to revitalize the New Brunswick music scene, which used to be amazing and now is stuck in basements, which is fine, but we wanted to give it a higher profile. So I thought, well, who else could we invite? Because we had Marissa Nadler here, we had a noise artist, Jim Haynes from California come, but I think I want to do more local stuff. And I thought, well, I saw your new album was coming out. In Time is just out, folks. Buy it. It's really wonderful. Buy all their stuff. And I thought, well, how about Cold Weather Company? So I don't know. I reached out to David, who's your manager, and then he hooked us up and we talked. And I thought it was a perfect fit. The only problem is, the space that we use is a lecture hall. And so I always worry, 3 people we can do. I don't think we could do like a full band. So you guys are 3-piece. Can you tell us maybe what the audience is going to hear when they come? Mostly new stuff?
Music.
Mostly, mostly new. That would make, good marketing sense for the album. We did this new album in time. Thank you for the promo for that. It's 15 songs, and we'll have a handful of those. Some of the old classics. I think because of the Rutgers connection, like you said, Horizon Fire. We don't know if we'll play it yet,
Oh, you have to
but
play it.
that one we were talking about.
they're all great.
Yeah, thank you. And we were talking about it a bit earlier, but Horizon Fire was the first song we ever wrote. First song we performed during a Rutgers performance, 2013. It was that, and it was 2 covers because we didn't have any other songs we needed to play for 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then that performance went well, which led to us saying, "Oh, we should take this seriously and actually start figuring out a band name and going from there." But so yeah, we'll the album In Time has new songs, but it is kind of a look back at our whole history
absolutely.
as the band.
I mean, I don't remember the other albums having horns and more instrumentation than this, but I could be wrong.
We've built them up over the years. We always know the trio makes the most logistic sense, and it's just where the songs come
Kind
from.
of feels the most comfortable.
Right.
Yeah,
to.
but we love to add more where we can, and we're really grateful for the talented musicians we've befriended along the way, and and so they're featured throughout, and we don't want to give everything away for the.
No problem. So, but tell me what's been the high point for the band since you've been around now for a decade and a half? What was the show that you liked the most, or the event that you liked the most, or the album that you liked the most?
So I want to be a goober for a moment and say the high point was probably at the top of Pilot Mountain. We drove the bus to the top of that mountain, and it was pretty high up.
Although we were all in an airplane together too, which would be higher than Pilot Mountain.
That's very true. And sorry.
I was going to say, do you want to pick a New Jersey favorite and then an outside of New Jersey favorite?
That's fair.
I think it should narrow it down a little bit.
They're both gonna feel like trips down memory lane because they were a bit ago. But definitely, I think my favorite New Jersey show was our show at Hidden Grounds, which is on Easton, the first one that we did. And it was incredible. It was the first time that we had a room full of people. Like, people were squishing in to try to get in there. Which I think also speaks a little bit to, like, any venue can be a great music venue, that, like, you just need to have the show there. So I think there are so many spaces in New Brunswick that are trying to keep it alive.
Yeah,
too.
I think so too.
There's so much to revitalize because the magic is still there. And probably the far away show was in Radford, Virginia, which is another coffee shop at Radford Coffee Company. And they hadn't had, it was the first time that they hosted a show. And so we drove the little bus to Radford, Virginia, breaking down all the time. And it ended up being a sold out show. It was our first actual sold out show. And that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And if I can give a plug to Hidden Grounds too, because we've just had a great relationship with them over the years. They had their first store open pretty much the same year that we started forming, and
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah, and so that first show that Brian mentioned, or the release show for that first album, but then I saw the other day that they've sold now 1.2 million cups of coffee since then.
Wow.
And that's incredible. They have a couple different shops between New Jersey and New York, and have always been great to us. So, Hidden Grounds.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
So I was going to ask you what the low point was, and
You're looking at it.
Oh my God.
No. It's. I was going to make a basement joke, but we are supportive of the basement shows we played. So that's just low in terms of, like Brian went with Pilot Mountain. I'm going for the
I already
lowest.
went there.
The lowest physical place we've played.
Yeah.
Would be a basement.
Basement show. Well, the basement shows are so important because I think it's kind of DIY.
Oh yeah,
much so.
no, for sure. And the Rutgers community and that DIY presence was really the reason we're still here playing together, because they welcomed us, especially as a softer, at that time, like softer folk with some heavier bands in the basements, and we played together, and they were just supportive. So.
Yeah. I mean, I went to a few raves when I was first coming here, and then I went to one of my students playing, and it's just amazing. Although I don't know, I still remember just sweat dripping from other people onto me, and I think those
Part of
days
the
for me.
experience.
Yes, I think
That's
when
what
I was.
makes it so visceral.
I still have that youth part of me, and as a former musician myself. Cold Weather Company will be playing on October 10th, which is a Friday evening, and the performance begins at 7. I think your website says 6:30, but it's good. Get there at 6:30
exactly.
so we can start the music at 7. And there will be a general admission is $15, very inexpensive performance fee. And you can get all the information at our website, which is www.njfilmfest.com. When you get to our homepage, you'll see where it says Fall 2025 New Jersey Film Festival, and you'll see a little red button that says Tickets and Info. You've got to push that button, and once you push that button, it opens up to our festival website, and then you just click on the red button that says Cold Weather Company, and that's where you can buy tickets. Thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun talking to you and meeting you finally in person, although I've met Brian before. So we will see you at the show.
Sounds
Can't
great.
wait.
Thank you again
Thanks
for
so
having
much.
us. Yeah.
In time we'll all get burned. In time we'll all return. In time we'll all get burned. In time we'll all return. Pulling me out from rest to see which puzzle has coalesced. Rectangles, 2D breaths, the goals we missed and lost. Trading the weight between shoulders, wading through signs of a horizon in smolder.